Hello, this is Nikki, and welcome to part 2 of my coloring book collection and finished pages. If you haven't seen part 1, then I do suggest you go and listen to the approximately first 10 minutes to get an introduction to what it is that you are going to see here. So let's continue on. I calculated the books in part 1 and there were 24, so I'm going to have to go faster than this, or Lord alone knows how many parts this is going to end up being, because I do have quite a number of books. So we finished with the hardcovers in part 1 and I wasn't quite done them all, so we're going to start with some hardcovers here. So I have Hannah Carlzon, and this is her first book, Daydreams. Now, everybody's seen this, so I'm not going to do a flip. I'm just going to look and find the picture I did. As with the others, I sat down and went through and did one picture out of every book to kind of christen them. And was that it? Nope. Watch it be at the end and you end up getting a flip. Anyway, oh. Big shakes. I really went all out on that one, didn't I? So that was last summer, and it's just done with fine liner. Now, it did ghost through onto the back, and a couple of spots bled through, but I would just give this a background and cover it all up. And then the next book is her second one, Summer Nights. And I don't know if this one was in the pile when I went through and did a page. This might have been new after that. I'll just take a look. Something tells me I haven't done a page in this one yet. Next time round, it won't be too long until I do a page in that. Okay, so that's all I have here. I do have a few more coloring hardcovers, but they're in use at the moment, so I will do them when they become available. And then I have one artist's edition book, and that's this one, The Secret Garden. I just got it recently. My sister sent it to me, so I am quite looking forward to doing this. These basically seem frameable, and I've never really thought about framing my art before, so I'm not too sure how I'll go about doing these. But yeah, some little pictures, some intricate ones, and some wallpaper ones. Okay, so now we're just going into my books proper, and these are really in no order unless I say they are. So first of all, we'll just start with these. I have some, this isn't a book, but I have some of these black velvet poster type things. This was from a book, I don't know what it was, but I tore out the pages. It was used, and the previous owner did color in that. So I don't know, I read somewhere where a lady had wallpapered her bathroom with these velvet poster coloring posters, and it just made me save these when I came across it, and I've done that one. So that's my finished. Simple, easy coloring and fun. I used to do these when I was a kid, and everybody knows how much fun it is to color with markers on velvet. Okay, so this is my last ginormous book for the time being. I cannot get this all on. This was a thrift store buy, yeah, it's from Valley Village. So it's Antique Dolls Coloring Book. And the book itself is vintage, but there's no way of knowing when it came from because they're vintage pictures. So It says 6 charming scenes of beautiful antique dolls for all ages by Red Farm Studio. And then the pages inside are signed by Montero. If any of that means anything to anybody, please enlighten me. I've done one in here, and I actually did the cover picture, which was first. It just seems easier to work in order in this book. So I did this one. I'll have to kind of scan. You know what? We don't need this on. Or do we? No, it's not doing anything. We have daylight, sort of. So this is the page that I did. I really like it, and it was a lot of fun to work in. Used alcohol markers and white gel pen, some glitter gel pen. Yeah, that's basically it. I'll try. Now, it was difficult putting a page underneath, so I used this and had it, if it was sticking out at the side, I knew I could do that part, that side. But I don't need it in there anymore. So I'll try and give you a, it's only 6 pages long, so I'll just try and give you a peek at what the other pages look like, because this is not something that is probably around out there very widely. I can't turn it, or I'm already bumping into all sorts of stuff. This is a sideways one with 2 dolls on it. And so is this one. They're sitting on a bookshelf with books. I like that one. I like them all. Ooh, and here we have Doll Family. Yeah. So there's that. It is large. Oh, how am I going to? Oh, I know, I'll put it sideways. Okay, so then we, oh, I really do have no order here. Okay, so I have Chubby Girls Coloring Book Volume 3, and I haven't done anything in this. This is by April Amber, and she listened to her fans' requests, and this book does have all backgrounds for all pages. There are 2 copies in here. Like I said, I'm not giving a full flip, just a quick one. You can see they all have proper backgrounds in this book. So that. And then we have a couple of color by number books here. This is by Colored Questopia. I have a lot of their books. I don't have all of them because they are producing the books faster than I can afford them. This is one of my favorites, Country Farm Scenes. These are all mosaic type, like this. Get an idea of them, and then these are the ones that I've done. I just really enjoy doing the ones in this one. So I did that. And that. And I think that's my, oh no, 2 more. That. And this one, unfortunately, was hit by the sleeping colorist, my alter identity. This one's pretty. I love the colors in it. Too bad I fell asleep coloring it. And, oh, what am I doing here? I shouldn't really be showing these because they have pictures in them. Okay. So, did that one have finished then? No. Okay. So I'm going to show you this one, even though I was going to wait till later to show it because it's got a picture from this month. So this is Color by Numbers Happiness. This is a set of books called basically Color by Numbers. And they have real life, well, not real life, but they have real pictures in them, and you just color in the spaces. So I'm doing them in order here, so I'm going to try and show you everything except for what I did this month. So I have, just let me do that. Okay, so I have started work on this stuff at the front because to finish a book, I try to color everything I possibly can. So I have that, and I've done this. When I first got this book, I did the very first one in pencil because I had never done a color by number in pencil before. It was very faint, so I went over it with odorless mineral spirits, and that made it look a lot better. But marker is my no, I'm not thinking of the word, is my tool of preference. So I love this one. This one reminds me of the Bible storybooks when it says Lamb of God, and it has all the, and the Bible story where all the children come to God. I don't know, just reminds me of that for some reason. This book I'm doing a black Sharpie outline on all the pages, so I have to write my date. I have to handwrite my dates in either white or silver. So these are really pretty pictures. And this one, the back, I used graphics paint liners, I think they're called, for the background. I really like those. They're not as good as Posca's, but they're not bad. And there's one more done, but that goes in my May pictures. Okay, what are those doing there? Then I have another sort of color by number book here. This one is One Color Arts, Birds and Flowers by Sun Life Drawing. So I got this to use up my markers that just needed using up. I thought they would work well for this, and so I am actually enjoying doing these. I've only done a couple. It was Shelley at the Stitching Colorist that finally made me go over the edge on these one color books. I won't do them all though. I like these dots and lines. That is a flower. Well, they turn up much nicer on screen than they do in real life. I think that's the last one I did. Oh no, that's not Blue Jay. And then this one I'm not very thrilled with because I guess it's supposed to go this way, because when you look at it in real life, all I see is this flower. I can't tell what anything else is, but I can see it on screen. I did, my pen marker did end up running out, and so I picked another pink, and you can't tell. I can tell looking at it closely. Oh, okay. There's one more all the time. And again here, I was using an orange and I thought it might run out, so I went around the bird so I could do it a different color if it did. And I actually ended up running out of orange, so I had to go with a different color of orange down here. And then I made the bird green. Because you can kind of tell what you're coloring on most of these before you start, though not all of them. That one actually looks... Oh, look at this. I can't see that on looking at it. What is it? Looks like shooting stars. I don't know. Oh, okay. That's in the wrong pile. Okay, so here's another color by number book. This is by Sachin Sachdeva, and I have a few of his. This is Butterfly. Now his books, his earliest books, his earliest books are meant for children, and you'll be able to see when you look inside here. But they're they're perfectly acceptable for adults to do because they're simple ones for us. And so I'm a moderator on a color by number group, a Facebook group, and he was we invited him to join our group because the girls had found him and we were coloring in his books. And since then, we've answered his questions and given him some advice on moving into the adult coloring, but sometimes I just like stop and it's like, what was I saying? The adult color by number area. And since then he has published 2 books that are aimed at adults. One is a mosaic one, and one is where he took one of his adult coloring books and turned it into color by number. So these are all, no, there's pictures of some of his other books. I have some of them. Okay, and then I have Camellia Angel Cova. See, these are in absolutely no order whatsoever to begin with. This is my newest book by her, except for her new one. Mandalas for relaxation and meditation. I don't think I've started in here yet. There are 40 mandalas in here, and this is the one where they're all squares. There we go. They're all square mandalas in here. So I've been wanting this one for a long time. And then this is a book that I am working on completing, hopefully this year, but I really don't think I'll make it. But by early next year, I will have it finished, so we'll have a flip through this. Like everyone else, I do like to flip from the back. So I've done more pictures at the front than at the back. Now this one here was for a group challenge. We were given this color palette, and we could also use a skin tone and black and white for embellishing. So that's the one I did. This one actually got a lot of love on the Jade Summer group. That was in February of this year. If anybody wants to do a buddy color out of this book with me, just let me know. You'll be able to see which pictures I've done. I did this one on my birthday last year, and I made her look like me, and I did it in my favorite colors, lime green and red. I love that combination so much. And then I made the bling in silver. And I did red silver shoes because I have a pair of red silver shoes. Not that I can wear them anymore because of my health. The golfer. That was an early one. That was before I even dated them. Sorry, I think I am nudging this a bit. The fireman. The jogger. The Eskimo, and this one I used, I don't know if you can see the sparkle. No, I don't know. Other people go like this and you can see the sparkle, but I can't make it happen. Down here, I don't know what I used. Was that just Zig? Was that Wink of Stella? It must be. I'm sure that was before I got stickles. Yeah, so this is Wink of Stella here, the clear one. That one got quite a bit of love too. Okay, big spot with none done. Did this at Easter, obviously. Last year, Easter. This has got stickles in it and acrylic paint and my alcohol markers and some gel pen. Definitely doing more mixed media with my pictures than I ever did before. Oh, you know what? I have done more in the back than the front. Look at this. There's a huge section here I haven't done yet. So, did the mermaid. Oh, this was a fire and ice challenge that I did. And this got a huge ton of love, both on the Facebook group and Instagram. It's probably one of my most popular pages. Did the witch. Did that at Halloween last year. I did this one at Halloween last year too. That one. And finally, this is the first picture. So yeah, if anybody wants to do buddy color out of this with me, I will gladly do so. It'll help me finish it. Lots to go though. Okay, so how long have we been? Alright, 20 minutes. So I hope I'm going faster than I did yesterday. So I'm on my second pile here now. Oh, too heavy to bring closer. So this is a Creative Haven book, and its sub-series is Insanely Intricate. I believe there are 4 books that are insanely intricate. And this one is Angular Animals by Connor Martin. And they're basically just your normal Zen Doodle animals. And I don't consider this very intricate. It's mildly, well, it's not even mildly intricate. It's just not intricate. Okay, I mean, some of them are bigger than others. They seem to be more simple at the front. So yeah, I haven't done any in there. And then we have a Dover coloring book, Simply Circular Designs by Leanne Snozek. This is a very simple mandala book. I do these simple ones to practice coming up with unique 3-color combinations. So it's printed double-sided, so I'll have to use Crayola Super Tips in that. But I haven't done anything in it. There's a huge selection here that we're going through now where I haven't done anything in it. Okay, so this is a Dover book as well, but this is a subsection or sub-series called Spark, Dover Spark, and this was made for children, and it is not, I do not believe they are printing anymore in this series, as they haven't for a while. This is Zany Birds by John Kurtz. I have lots of books that are meant for children, and there's absolutely no reason why I can't color that. I'm a child at heart, and I am somebody's child, so whatever way you look at it, there's no reason not to color in children's books. Another Dover Spark, and this one is Playful Animals, and it is by Victoria Moderna. And this basically has a bunch of a certain animal on a page in a, or some of them in a scene, as you can see. So yeah, we're going through a bunch here where I haven't done anything. This I got off of Book Closeout. It's Jane Foster's coloring book, and it is a coloring block, but it does have quite thick glue on there, so I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I mean, the pages are meant to be torn out, but I think it'll hold together. So yeah, she's a fabric designer, and these are just some of her designs that she uses in fabric. Very simple pictures to color. Okay, This is Tomislav Tomic's Pictura, one of his Pictura books. This is his collection of postcards in New York. So this is a postcard book, and they are very intricate, as are all Tomislav Tomic. For postcards, these are, well, I think I would need to use magnifying glass to do this, but I use magnifying glass with a lot of my work. I do have a ton of Pictura books that we'll get to later. I think that's the only postcard book I have. Then I have a few of these, but this is one that I have here. It's Color Me Happy, and it's illustrated by Angela Porter. So there are a few in this series. I think there might be 2 I don't have. It's divided into sections with different types of art in each section. That's obviously food, music, animals, and then this will be mandalas, because there's a mandala section in every one, or patterns. Not very many mandalas. So I have others of that I have colored in. Then we have a Zen Doodle Book. This is by Jeanette Wummel, and this is Cuddle Bugs. There are 2 Zen Doodle illustrators that I like. One is Jeanette Wummel, and I absolutely adore the other illustrator, and that is Deborah Muller. But I like Jeanette Wummel's some of her books. Some of them are too Zen Doodly for me, but I like bugs, so I got this. I have several not several, a few insect coloring books. And if I come across them, I like to get them. So this is the Muppets, Disney, the Muppets Art of Coloring book. It is, I got this off of book closeouts. The pages are perforated. I haven't done anything in it yet, but it has a lot of wallpaper pages in it. Some of them don't make any sense, but it has some really good pictures of the Muppets, and where else are you going to get pictures of the Muppets to color in book format? So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to coloring in that one. So if you would like a flip through of any of these books, just ask me. Okay, so this is another Color Me book by Angela Porter, and this is Color Me Fearless. As I said, I haven't done anything in these books that I'm showing you at the moment. So, oh, that looked like a dragon section there. Fantasy, maybe. And just a flip. Then we have the Flower Fairies coloring book. And it doesn't say who it's illustrated by. Oh, these are actually reproductions of Cicely Mary Barker's. So I love Cicely Mary Barker's Flower Fairies. Our mother brought us up on her, and well, that's obviously not a reproduction. Oh, on this side is the picture that it came from. So yeah, they've taken images out of that and put them on here. Oh, wait a minute. That is that picture. Tells you on the back. So what's it going to say about that? Oh, well, that actually is. These actually are drawings by her. Well, I don't understand these, but shows it on the back and tells you the title of them. So yeah, actual reproductions of Cicely Mary Barker's Flower Fairies. Then I have Marcos Chin's Elves in Wonderland. And I really like this book. Unfortunately, it's a little game to play as you go through, so there is some writing on the pages too. But yeah, I'm looking forward to coloring in this, and I want the other two books. This is Elves, and there's Fairies and Mermaids. Marco's Chin. Then we have Chris Garper, Animal Odyssey. Now this is the only one of his books that I like. I think he has a few others. This is Zen Doodled, Zen Tangled, however you want to say it, Animals. I was really big on these at one time. I've kind of lost my zest for them at the moment, but my coloring goes in phases of what I like to do and what I don't. The only thing that's consistent in my coloring is color by numbers. So this is the Beatrix Potter coloring book. And let's see if these are... Are these actual pictures? Yes, they are. These are actual pictures of Beatrice Potter. Obviously that's been cut out of the imagination of Beatrice Potter. I'm not quite understanding these, because it doesn't say. Usually I can tell what they're going for, but these are her pictures, I can tell. But I think they've had artistic license with them. Then I have The Wizard of Oz from the Color the Classics series by, I think it's J. Unli. This is the only book out of this series that I like. It's a bit too, well, I don't even know if I like this one, to tell you the truth. It's really intricate. But I collect Wizard of Oz books, so I had to have it. I love all the different depictions of the, maybe we need this on now. I love all the different depictions of the characters in the different books, but of course I like the originals the best. So yeah, that's the only book in that series I have, and I don't really intend to get the others. Then I have this book here, Meditative Designs, and I believe it is just stock photos. Okay, yeah, they are stock photos, but they've been reworked. And this is just patterns. Floral and graphic. Then I have Denise Cleet's Fairies in Dreamland. This is the first in her series, and I do have them all, but have not done anything in this. And where do we go? 33, okay. I think I'm doing good. These ones that I haven't colored in makes it go faster. So this is Coloring Heaven, issue number 49. Is that, oh, that's my receipt. Issue 49, Woodland Fairies special by Christine Caron. So I got this when I was buying them at the bookstore. This one I haven't done anything in. Most of my Coloring Heavens I went through and did one in each one, but not all of them. Now this is a really cool book that I love. I got this way back when, and I got it to review whatever year this book was made. And it's by a group of Canadian illustrators, Legendary Worlds. It has a bit of Canadiana in it. And it is Wittek Radomski and Carrie Wong, as well as Kamala Melzak, Alan Sayers, Anonymous, Matthew Dorad, and Nani Dar Segal. And this is kind of like Lizzie Mary Collins' world. It's like distorted imagery of worlds. This is called Fantasy Lands. So some of them no, legendary worlds. So some of these are fantasy lands, and then some of them are takes on Canadian landscape, and this one's obviously a bit of a take on Mount Rushmore, but I don't believe those are any presidents. So yeah, this is a gorgeous book. See, there's these vistas, which, I don't know, they're not exactly like Lizzie Mary Cullen's, but yeah, like this one is, with the distortion. So some of them are. It's a really nice book, and as you can see, it's quite huge. I can't get the bottom in. It's probably a 14-inch square, and there's, like here we go. There's a Canadian imagery here. And I know I did something in here, but I think I might have ripped it out. Okay, here's something I did. This is when I was doing coloring book pages for my journals. This is one that I didn't rip out. So sometimes I would like journal on the coloring book page, but mostly I colored and cut stuff out. Now I should do this oil pastel thing going around the image. I was much more free with my coloring book pages when I knew they were going in my journal. It's taken me quite a while to be able to do mixed media in the coloring books, because I feel like I have to keep them neat. But I am expanding. Okay, so I have a few in this series called The Art of Mindfulness, and Angela Porter did some work in these. Each book has a different set of illustrators. I'll just mention the ones I know. Angela Porter, Angela Van Dam, Felicity French, Lizzie Preston. Those are the ones I know. So it's just a bunch of different artists' patterns, and I love this kind of pattern rather than the geometric, though I could do those too. I like looking at them. Restful and balanced. And who was in this one? I haven't heard of any of the illustrators in this book, and there's about 10. And the work in here seems a bit finer than the other one. This one is Peace and Calm. And the illustrations are by Angela Porter, Angela Van Dam, Felicity French, Lizzie Preston, and a bunch of others. So I don't have the entire series. I believe there are 2 I don't have. This is Happy and Energized. I would get the rest of the books in this series just to call it completed, as long as I got a deal on the books. Okay, Joe Taylor. That's the only person I've heard of. Joe Taylor does some Creative Haven books, but there's about a dozen altogether that work in these. Okay, and then I got 2 books in this series. They're called Something Therapy, an anti-stress coloring book, and these are hardcovers, and again these are pattern pages. Some of them have colored in backgrounds or little elements. I like this because it takes away the need to do a background, for one thing, and it gives you a starting point, because the lines are kind of a brownish purple, and this is yellow, so it gives you a starting color palette. Not too keen on when they do this, because it stands out as different. But I love this. So this is definitely Zen Doodly. And do they... Okay, illustrated by Hannah Davies, Richard Merritt, and there's Joe Taylor again. As I say, I haven't done anything in these ones. We're coming to the end of them though. This one is Color Therapy, and I believe it has the same illustrators. Oh no, it's different. Richard Merritt, Cindy Wilde, and Laura Kate Chapman. And this is the same. Oh, this one's got sections divided by color. Indigo and violet with a complementary color of yellow. Well, this one will be fun to work in. Of course, this was back when they thought that us colorists wanted to like draw. That was like a big mistake. I don't know. I'll use paint on those pages, I guess. Never actually done anything on one of them. Okay, and we have the last two from this pile. I have two of Darius Song's books. I have The Time Chamber, and just I mean, these are old books that everybody's seen, so. And then I have The Time Garden. So I believe that means I need the night, whatever it's called. Okay, so we're going to dig back into the color by number books to finish off with here. So we'll just go as long as this pile takes to get done. So first of all, I start off with a couple of Dollar Trees color by number books by Bendon. So this is advanced color by number. They're single-sided. And then this is advanced color by number 2, but it looks much different, the cover. Okay, then I have the Color Quest books by Joanna Webster. Well, this one's by her. So I haven't done anything in the Color Quest books, but I have them all. So these are extreme. First of all, they're like huge, and they look rather intimidating though. They're large enough on there because they have the room for it. So yeah, I haven't done anything in those, unfortunately. Problem is that I don't have the room. Like, I'd either have to do them up here on my desk, and then I would have to get rid of my tripod setup, and I really don't want to mess with it. I just keep it here, so if I want to film, I just sit down and go. I would never film if I had to set up every time. So this one is Cityscapes by John Woodcock. And same thing. On the back, it shows where is it? Oh yeah. On the back, it shows you what you're doing. Same with the other book. And again, everybody's seen these too. They're oldies but goodies. And this is the Animals one, and it's by John Woodcock too. So those are the pictures that are in here. So yeah, that's my choice, my desk, or where I do most of my coloring is at my kind of like I have a hospital tray kind of that goes with my bed, where I do most of my coloring because I'm often in bed. If you follow me, you will have followed me on that story too. So this is Sea Life by Illustrators on the back, Tien Su Zin. And this is kind of a special book. They came out with this color by number book, and it's on the glossy paper that Nikki Burnett and Christine Karen use. But it's color by number, and I've done the first 3, I think. And yeah, they came out with this one book, and then that was it. And everybody kind of like wanted the next one, but no go. They just never brought out another book. So I've done about 5 pages there. This is the color palette that I have that I use. A couple more Dollar Tree books. And these are printed on both sides of the page, so I could reproduce them, but I don't know if it's worth the effort. Then this is a Birds and Blooms color by number book. I think maybe they come out with one every year. So it's all just birds and flowers. And the color palette's on this side. Yeah, so I haven't worked in this, and this is done on glossy paper too. That'll be fun to use alcohol markers on. Then I have the Brain Games color by number books. There are 3 of them, and they are referred to by the color of the banner up here. So this is the green book. And I don't think I've done anything in this one. No. This is the yellow book, or orange book, sorry. It's called the orange book. And did I start this one? No. And there's another one which I don't know where it is. I've completed it. I wonder where... Oh, I do know where it is. I'll get it out for next time. So this is the Brilliantly Vivid Color by Number series by Epstein, who is a rock artist, rock painter. And there are 3 in this series. This one I am working in. Okay, those, I didn't color those. Those are just prints at the beginning of the book. Okay, these are the ones that I've colored. This one. And that's where I am. Have to get that out. Okay, this is the one that I finished. So we'll go through this. This one is called Animal Friends by Epstein. Let's see if I can get to the first picture. Now these are perforated, and the problem with them is that the perforations are too big. So here we go. So the pages are starting to come loose. So I finished this book. Remember, this is color by number. I ran out of orange and was using a fluorescent pen on some pages for a while. And they stick out like a sore thumb. So I do have a flip through of this book on by itself. It has its own video, but we are going through all my pages here, so this will be something I do probably every 2 years. Yeah, I used the graphics line painters on that for the background of that. I don't know why. Probably didn't want to waste an alcohol marker on such a big background. Most of these don't have backgrounds. Every now and then it told you to color it in, and so I did. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's a shame that there's only 3 books in the series. So there we go. And then this one is called Birds and Butterflies, and it's the same thing except only birds and butterflies. Okay, so now we are coming to, and this will be all of them. These are my French Coloriage Mystère books that I have that are not Disney's. So we have Peacock, and these are magic squares. haven't done anything in any of these. Well, I mean, these ones. This one's llamas, and you just get, it's just a Magic Squares book. Pixels, and then on the back, they show them to you. They use different sized squares throughout the book, so some are more pixelated and some are more or less pixelated. Now, this is a North American version of a French coloriage mystère book, and it is a crime with the paper that they've put in here. It is so thin. It is terrible. So I haven't done much in here because it's just such a, it's horrible working in it. You can get away with Crayola Super Tips, but they're not the same. So yeah, that's all I've done in it. I don't like Star Wars enough to buy the French edition, but if you do like Star Wars, get the French edition. This is not worth anything. Okay, so this is another 100 mystery colors, and it's just like that. At the back, it shows you. I think everybody's pretty much knows what these are by now. This is the first Magic Circles book that came out before the Disney ones. Same artist though, Christopher Alex Perez. These look like that, and circles. These are more realistic looking than anything else. This is one of my new ones, and it is what a French person told me what this was. It says advertising posters, and this is a gold mine. I love this. I'm going to do these really, really nicely and frame some of these, I think, because I love this kind of art. This is from the turn of the century into up to the 30s. You've got Art Nouveau there. Yeah, Art Deco. And this is also a relatively new one. This is portraits. And on the back is a whole bunch of famous people we have portraits of, and again, it's just like that. I am working in one of these books specifically, and that's why the others don't get used. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one I'm working in, and this one is 100 new mystery colors. That's the back, and I've only done a couple in this. So this one occasionally has some dot to dot, and I enjoyed doing this first one, so I'm going to do them. Some people just ignore them. So I love this. And then this one goes this way. I think that's the Arc de Triomphe. But no, actually, I think at the back it tells you what they are, and I think that's in Greece. And then we have the woman, and I think that's all I did, yeah. Oh, I need to get that out too. I have exactly one color counts book. These are virtually impossible to get in Canada. I haven't done any yet. After I got this book, I started to not like them. They're too chaotic. Sometimes you can't even tell what the picture is because there's so much color in them. But I'm going to work in that. I like, this is by Mindware, and this is the Landscapes color counts. Alright, so now I have some of those color by numbers books that you saw one of already. I am only working in the one that I showed you, so there's no finished pages in this one. This is Mindfulness. This is Calm. And this one is Landscapes. And then we have these small ones here, and these are flip this way. So this one is 50 new mystery messages, and I have started this one. Oh, I thought I started this one. I usually start from the beginning. I can't imagine that I just did one in the middle of the book. Isn't that weird? Could have sworn I did one. No. Don't tear it out. Okay. So that's mostly in French. Then there's 50 mystery colors. And like that. And I have. No, I haven't. Not this one. I'm working in one. I have to go through, this is the one I'm working in, Zen. So I have to go through all my color by number books and color at least one page in them. So that one's kind of boring. That was disappointing when I did that one for my first one. So these are single-sided. That's the good thing about these small books. So you can use alcohol markers. Then it became more promising as I did this. And then they start getting good. Really, really like that one. Okay, I do this one too. This one. So these are all pictures of like they're Asian in nature. That's what the Zen refers to. This has got to be my favorite. There. And then this one is baby animals, and I think I did the first one only. Yes, there we go. A baby seahorse, in case you can't tell. That one was a little disappointing too. Okay, so I went over my 45 minutes to, you know, a little bit longer. But I got much more books in here. I hope I wasn't going too fast, because there's definitely a big difference in how fast I was doing the books from this one compared to part one. I don't want to like do this. I don't want to rush through it, because I want this for my sake as well as to show you. So, you know, I want to take enough time to do it properly without rushing through the books. So let me know if I went too fast in this one, or if you prefer the speed of this one to the first one. And what else did I say? Oh, Buddy Colors in Chubby Girl's 1-2 grayscale book. Looking for those. And if there's any book here that you want to flip through of, or something else you need a question and want to see a colored page in it, you know, anything you need to ask, go ahead and I will gladly answer you. So I am going to stop now, and I will see you again in part 3. Trois. Feeling a little français. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay home. We're almost there.